This is the Vincent, or to be more precise, this is actually the presentation center for the Vincent. The site itself is at Highway 7 in Jane. And after spending so many weekends here over the course of last year, end of 2021 and early 2022, and meeting maybe over 40 different clients over that period of time, 8 people have decided to make this either the biggest or second biggest cash investment of their life. Now, what's so special about this project, and why was it so popular and made it stand out for so many people to come here, and then for the project itself to actually sell out in just a few months when it's not going to be built all the way until 2026? I think the best way to answer this question is to go down to the site itself at Highway 7 in Jane. So why don't we go do that? So here we are at the future site of the Vincent condominiums, which, as you can see by the sign, it's sold out. And if you want to take a look at, rendering of what it's going to look like, there it is. That's the Vincent condominiums by Rosehaven Homes, sold out. Now you may be wondering, what's all the hype? Well, we'll have to go over there for that. And by there, I mean right there. That's the KPMG building, so let's go over there right now. So here we are. That's the VMC. Transit City Towers 1, 2, and 3. This is right behind this tree. And here's Transit City 4, 5, and 6. Under construction. There's the TTC Subway Station. There's a KPMG building. There's a PwC building. And that's the SmartCentres bus terminal. So let's sit down and go over it. Alright, everybody. So I want to go over why did so many of the clients that I was working with decide to invest in Vaughan at the Vaughan Metropolitan Centre. I've had many different types of clients invest here, from families making their first investment here. The first one was, a family from here, from around the area, wanted to make their first investment here. I had friends that were looking to put their money somewhere. We've gone to multiple projects together in downtown, didn't work. So they ended up came here, they purchased here. Another person, I've met them at Gemma Condos before. They went through it. It just wasn't really for them. I took them here. They purchased here right away. People purchased multiple units, couple of units for investment. Another person, he was a referral from one of the clients that did purchase here already. He purchased later in the January time. And finally, when there was promotions close to the end, right before it was selling out, we also were there and selling. Okay, up, down, up, down. Okay, so now it should be synced up. Whenever you're, thinking of making a pre-construction investment, the money that you make, aside from, being a hedge against inflation, also comes in from the difference, right? And that difference being the rate of transformation from where the area you're investing in is at right now to where it's going to be within the next 10 years, right? I always tell people you have a 10-year timeline when you're looking at pre-construction. That's just something I've learned while working here, that any pre-construction building on average, it takes 3 to 5 years to build, and after that you have a 7-year warranty on it. You want to get out while you still have that warranty, if you're treating it purely as an investment and not somewhere to live, because it's important that your place is still warranted. Your status certificate shows that your maintenance fees are still low. It's a just more desirable place to sell before it starts depreciating in value. So always think 10 years when you're making pre-construction investment, 3 to 5 years to build, 7-year warranty, you're looking at about 10. Now, the best thing about Vaughan is that this area is going to change significantly within the next 10 years. Let's take a look here at the first picture we got here. If you take a look here, this is the Vaughan Metropolitan Centre, right? So if you look here, You can see the Transit City Towers, and this is about a couple of years old. Transit City 3 was still under construction here. You can see the KPMG building, which is right over there. You can see the PwC building, which is behind me. The subway terminal's over there. The bus terminal's over here. The Walmart's moved from that location away. Basically, this whole area is going to transform to a multifaceted area with commercial and residential real estate space. So to take a look at what this is going to look like, this is an image of what it's going to look like. You're getting a central park and pond. This is called the Edgeley Park and Pond. This should be finished by around 2025, 2026. It's going to be surrounded by commercial and residential real estate. 1.5 million square feet of commercial space and about 15 new residential buildings just on the north side. So that's 440 acres of land that's completely being retransformed over the next 10-year period, which is great. If you're looking at it from an investment standpoint, if this area does actually end up looking exactly like it does here, then you should be making quite a bit of money on your investment. Here's some more renderings of what it looks like. That's the south side. That's the festival development just going on south of here. This is just some statistics about the retail space, the residential space, all that. A map here. Vaughan is very centrally located between Mississauga and Toronto. The bus terminal behind me hosts a lot of buses. You got the TTC bus, you got the YRT Viva, you got the Brampton Zoom, and I believe Mississauga My Way will be coming here as well soon. So, it's a very, very centrally located bus terminal. A lot of businesses, especially accounting, have already moved up here. KPMG has a building here. PwC, Deloitte also has a building there. So, it's become a very desirable area to just live and work, right? And over the next 10 years, that's going to change significantly. So the way I like to think about it when I would tell the clients is a good analogy is kind of like Square One, right? Square One has seen significant redevelopment since 2011. If you'd invested in, the Square One area, maybe back 2009, 2010, 2011, by the time right now in 2021, 2022, you would have at least doubled your money. It was $500 per square foot back in 2011. Right now, you're trading about $1,300, $1,400 per square foot. And not just doubled your money, you would have doubled the total value of the house. So that would have been, maybe 5 times maybe your investment, 10 times your investment because, you pay a fifth of it. Anyways, the math's all messed up in my head, but yeah. The only subway station outside of the boundaries of Toronto. York University is very close by, 4 minutes away. I think that's the Keele campus, so that's the one with the Schulich School of Business, so that's good, very close by. And so back then also for Vaughan, this area was trading like significantly below the other areas around it. So if we were comparing pre-construction values in Mississauga, we're comparing pre-construction values in Toronto, Vaughan was at about $1,100 per square foot, Mississauga was at about $1,200 to $1,300 at the time, and downtown Toronto was about $1,400 to $1,500 at the time. Right now all those values have gone up for all those areas. Vaughan not too much, to be honest, which is still pretty good for the newest project here at Park Place. I think they're trading at about almost $1,170 to $1,200 per square foot. Mississauga is about $1,400 right now, and downtown Toronto is about $1,700. So yeah, it was a good place for a lot of clients to get in early. I think I would have a lot of appointments there over the weekends. Some people, just not for them. A lot of people found it was for them, but it was not a very hard project to sell. It had all the basic tenets of a pre-construction project, which is rapid and dense future development and currently undervalued compared to other areas. So that's pretty good. So these are just some more renderings. If you'd like to look through it, if you want me to send you the link, just let me know of what this area is going to look like. Major projections and plans. There's a lot of plans that the city of Vaughan has to completely transform itself. Much of those including transit and as well as green space, green directions in the future. This is Urban Strategies. This is one of the companies that we're working on the development of Vaughan in conjunction with the city. Just the first sentence is important. So this area of Ontario is forecast to receive considerable growth in population and employment by 2031. This is an article. It was on yorkregion.com. It was also on the Toronto Star. I could send you the links for either one. In 2021, and it was the survey open to the Vaughan citizens on the design for the city's future downtown parks. So the Vaughan Metropolitan Centre master plan is expected to be completed in the first quarter of 2022. It's considered to be the largest, most significant development project. Basically, the first third of the park is done. That's where I'm sitting right now. The rest of the park is going to be kept working on, as well as the rest of the buildings up until 2031. Green directions, yep. So it's sustainable into the future. Lots of green space. Unlike downtown Toronto, where there's not much green space, unfortunately, right? You have St. Lawrence Market, Kensington Market, High Park, right? But aside from that, the city itself is quite congested. I think Mississauga's taking notes from Mississauga, which plans a lot of its green space in advance, such as like Celebration Square, Parkside Village, all those areas. And I think it's definitely good for sustainability into the future. I think a lot of people are very tired of just that concrete jungle, congested vibe, and they really do want that outdoor, live, work, play type area. So this is the City of Vaughan's city plans for the Metropolitan Centre. If we just look here, the first sentence, it wants to establish a distinct downtown for Vaughan by 2031, containing a mix of uses, civic attractions, and a critical mass of people. As well, they want to attract and accommodate a variety of employment uses. So that's important as well. They want to keep it beautiful. They want to keep it the design. They want to keep it very nice, etc., etc. But basically, this is just more proof that it'll finish in 2031, hopefully. The streets and transportation, right? They're extending Highway 7 here. Black Creek Drive is also being extended. I believe they're adding some bus routes, transit routes as well, BRTs, rapid bus transit routes, etc. So they're focusing on that in advance so that the traffic doesn't get congested by the time this building's built. They're doing both in conjunction at the same time. So yeah, this is just some more renderings of the SmartCentres application to the city. If we go to the next one, that's Festival. That's just south over there, just across the street. Maybe I can do a little pan there right now. Just take a look at that. Festival Towers, that's where it is, etc. And then RioCan as well. Just in April this year, they also announced that that the movie theater, the UFO one, just across the street from the 400, that's also going to be completely redeveloped just around the Costco area to become its own residential commercial master plan area. So that's very nice. The Vincent was a good building. I've had a lot of meetings there. I don't know if I have the brochure for it here actually, but maybe I'll put something up on the screen. They have the pool on the podium. It had a gym. It had the co-working lounge, the business area, where you can work with other people, and the party room, games lounge. They had all of that, all the standard amenities you'd expect to see in a building. And it was a good price. I think the deposit structure at one point, we were getting a promotion. It was like 5% each year. So it was 2021, 2022, 2023, and then nothing till 2026. That's when that one was going to finish. So a lot of the clients that got at the Vincent, there was 8 that I sold in total there. Most of them were in November. I think one was in October, 4 were in November, and then one was in September, one was in October, 4 in November, then 1 in January, and then 1 in March, and then the building's sold out now. So clearly there's a lot of demand in Vaughan, and there was nothing in Vaughan for a while until now we just started selling Park Place here. So Park Place itself should also be quite a successful launch and good development. I guess that's it really. I'll walk around, that show you some stuff maybe on the cameras, and that's Festival Condos, right? I'll show you some signs right outside of what the new city center is going to look like. And development happening here pretty fast, and it's going good, and it's still a good place to invest. You're still very early, about 8 or 9 years early, so if you're looking to invest in Vaughan, it's still a good idea. If you have any questions at all, just feel free to shoot me a call, shoot me a DM anytime, and I'd be happy to help. Anyways, have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.